A band of moderate to heavy snow setting up across parts of central and eastern Kentucky. I'm Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. I'll tell you who gets the most snow coming up.
With snow moving in, we check in with road crews to see what they're doing to keep drivers safe.
A Kentucky state senator says he wants to set the record straight about his recent arrest for DUI.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 6.
Good evening. Thanks for watching tonight. It's not something we've seen much of so far this winter, but tonight snow is falling across parts of the bluegrass.
Yeah, so we have declared a first alert severe weather day to help you track the snow. And here's a live look from Main Street in downtown Lexington right now. And we want to know, so how much snow will fall where you live? We begin tonight with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. And Chris, starting to get a little messy out there right now.
Yeah, what's happening now, we're seeing the snow-covered roads into downtown Lexington. We're seeing that beginning to be the case here on Winchester Road as well. It is snowing so hard that even with a road temperature that's a little above freezing, it's snowing harder than it can melt, or snowing faster than it can melt. And now we throw into the mix, the temperature is right at 32 degrees. So now the whole melting factor as a whole with the sun setting isn't really there. And with heavy snow bands that are increasing, we're going to continue to keep an eye on that. 32 again right now into Lexington on this first alert severe weather day. Winter weather advisory is out for many areas from Bowling Green up the BG Parkway into the Lexington area and points northeast. This is the corridor we've been talking about over the past several days for the heaviest snow to fall. That is indeed what we're seeing now, to the tune of 1, local 2, or even 3-inch amounts. Now, the farther south and southeast that we go, chances are it's going to be mainly rain for a little while, and then a coating to maybe an inch or so on top of that. But the snow is coming down faster and harder than it can melt. So, guys, that's going to create some slick roads, and in some cases now, we're going to see roads become snow-covered as we go through the next several hours, simply because it is going to snow so hard into most of central and eastern Kentucky. So I have this 1 to 3 out there now. I'm wondering, looking at Defender and looking at the computer models, if we can't see someone that picks up just a little more than that, at least on a local scale. We'll fine-tune it as we go through the evening.
All right, Chris, thanks so much. Well, certainly it has been a calm winter so far for road crews, but tonight they'll be keeping a close eye on the snow.
Many of them have already been out there today pre-treating the roads to make sure that they're safe as possible for you, the driver. Garrett Weimer caught up with Lexington road crews. He continues our first alert weather team coverage.
Here at Lexington streets and roads, they have plenty of salt, and tonight they're putting some of it to use. These trucks have already been busy.
An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
The deputy director of Lexington Streets and Roads says crews have been out today treating some roads and bridges before rush hour. The good news, crews have no shortage of salt to work with to help keep roads clear.
You know, it's feast or famine. It seems like, we have plenty of salt. Of course, we haven't really had to use any this year.
Allen says they wanted to get some salt down on the roads already, even if the snow wasn't sticking just yet.
That's why we have crews out there right now staged for our trouble spots.
Because he says the roads could freeze once the sun goes down. Allen says the main thing in weather like this is just to take it slow and drive carefully on the roads. In Lexington, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
And Rob Allen also says crews will be coming in overnight to monitor the situation. Road crews in Pulaski County tell us that they're well prepared for the snow. The Pulaski County Road Department has more than 300 tons of salt on hand, with another 100 tons coming in from Louisville. And workers are prepared to work long hours tonight.
5 pickups that we use in the subdivisions to salt, and we've got 12 bigger trucks with snow blades on them. We got 4 graders.
Pulaski County's road department could cover as much as 2,000 miles of roadway in the snow removal efforts. Remember, you can help us track the snow from your own backyard. Send us your eyewitness pictures. Chris has been showing some of those using the hashtag WKYTRulesWinter.
State Senator Brandon Smith is speaking out a day after he said his DUI charge should be dropped because of a more than 100-year-old Kentucky law. Earlier today, Smith unexpectedly showed up at WYMT, our sister station in Hazard, to tell his side of the story. He says since his court hearing yesterday, he's received heavy criticism, even some threats. Steve Hensley has this exclusive interview.
I do not think somebody should be able to use this to protect guilty people.
Senator Brandon Smith is referring to a section of the state constitution which bans lawmakers from being arrested except for certain offenses while the legislature is in session. Thursday in court, Smith's attorney cited the 1891 rule as a reason the case should be dismissed.
We felt like that there were circumstances in this particular case that just didn't pass the smell test, and my attorney wanted to have them take a look at that. And so that's the judge's prerogative to make sure that everything's on the square, that they can go through it and make sure that this wasn't some sort of, somebody was targeting us or they had some sort of an agenda.
Smith was charged with DUI on the first day of the 2015 legislative session. A citation says Smith had a .088% blood alcohol level in a portable breath test. Smith would not discuss specifics of the case, but he denies drinking that night and says the truth will eventually come out.
I'm sorry that we weren't able to talk earlier. I mean, I felt like I should be able to talk about this as soon as it happened. And you get a lot of legal advice and you bring people in. I've never been in jail before in my lifetime. I've never been arrested. I was telling you all about my driving record. In 40 years, I've had 4 tickets.
Smith says he's received threats and the ordeal has been embarrassing, scary, and tough on his family.
If there's any silver lining to what I'm having to go through now and my family, is that it has opened my eyes to a lot of stuff that goes on in the system that I probably wouldn't have believed before.
Smith says he will plead not guilty if the case is not thrown out.
And that was Steve Hensley reporting. Now, many of you are talking about this story on WKYT.com. Our web poll asked, do you agree with Senator Smith's argument that he should be exempt from the DUI charge because of the 1891 law? 93% of you say no, 7% say yes.
Tonight, Lexington Police have arrested a man they say is responsible for 3 business robberies around the city. Police have charged 26-year-old LaCharles Ward with 3 counts of robbery and 1 count of receiving a stolen firearm. Police say in the last week, Ward robbed a Czech Express on New Circle, the Imperial Florist on Waller Avenue, and Little Caesars on New Circle Road. They say Ward may also be responsible for other robberies in Nicholasville, Versailles, and Frankfort. A judge had some tough words today for a man convicted of killing another man outside a Lexington strip club. A jury found Joshua Teves guilty of reckless homicide. Police say he shot Jontel Crocker outside Teves Gentlemen's Club in 2013. New at 6 tonight, Victor Puente tells us what the judge told Teves when she sentenced him.
At his sentencing earlier today, Joshua Teves apologized for his role in the death of 22-year-old Jontel Crocker, but he insisted that the shooting happened in self-defense.
There was no doubt in my mind that Mr. Crocker's intentions was to cause me bodily harm or death when he attacked me.
Teves' attorney said he deserved probation because he had changed since some earlier convictions. That reasoning didn't sit well with Judge Pamela Goodwine.
The decision to take a gun to Teves at 2 a.m., knowing he's a convicted felon, was a dumb decision.
You're right, Judge.
That is not a decision a family man makes.
Teves shot Crocker after a fight in the parking lot of Teves Strip Club on Russell Cave Road. A jury convicted him of reckless homicide. He was originally facing a murder charge.
But if he didn't have that gun, who knew what could have happened to him that night?
The worst that could have came out of it with you not having a gun is a fist fight. That's it. That's it. That's all that would have happened.
Teves has already served 486 days, much of it home incarceration. Today he was sentenced to 1 year in prison, but that was increased to 15 years because he's a persistent felony offender.
I don't think that the sentence will ever be enough, but I have to accept it the way that it is.
In Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Teves was also convicted of being a felon in possession of a handgun. His attorney and prosecutors are still working to resolve the sentence on that charge.
Right now, funeral services are being held for a Lexington man police say was murdered by his boyfriend. Family and friends have gathered at Clark Legacy Center in Jessamine County to remember 40-year-old Todd Schumacher. Police say Matthew Donahue stabbed him to death in their Lamont Drive home last weekend. Police charged Donahue with murder. Friends say the community has donated more than $12,000 to help Schumacher's family pay for funeral expenses.
Lexington Police are investigating a hit and run that sent a sanitation worker to the hospital this morning. Police say the worker was hit by a car while picking up trash on Mount McKinley Way. Police say he was rushed to the hospital with a severe leg injury. Neighbors in the area heard his screams for help and called 911.
It's like disheartening because he's in so much pain, but you can't, help him. I can't take the pain away, you just have to just hang out by him, just try to console him, which I did. I said, hey, it's going to be okay. We're going to get you help. You're going to be all right.
Police say the worker's partner describes the vehicle involved as a gold Chevy Malibu or Toyota. There was a gold Malibu found parked in the area. Police towed that away. They're now working to figure out if it was involved.
Well, it came as a surprise to a lot of customers. A well-known Lexington night spot closing its doors. In 7 minutes, what will now be going in its place?
Healthy band of snow setting up shop from southwest to northeast. Lexington Metro right in the heart of this band, and it is putting down snow that is covering roads in some cases. We'll have the latest call for snowfall up next.